What's it called? What's the channel called?
Journals and Journeys.
Hanging out at Journals and Journeys.
Hi, welcome to Journals and Journeys, or the other way around.
Why do people video call me? Why? Like, while I'm filming a video, like, no one ever wants to do anything with me. But then, like, I'm filming a video and everyone's calling me. Like, why, people? Why? Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to film another sit-down video for you. Thanks to the coronavirus and everyone going into isolation, I actually have loads and loads of time to film my videos now. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. And also, yeah, I know there's like a lot of pattern going on and a lot of color, but I was like, oh, let's go and try do something new. Also the hair, that is the situation I need to get fixed. Basically gonna wait until all this has calmed down a bit and then do something drastic to this mop on my head, which is why I'm going for these space bugs right now. Not quite as cool as Hannah me.
This is a journal entry from me, Hannah from Hot Milk, and
Jenny.
But I'm trying. But anyways, let's get on with the video. Today I have a little album review for you. I've wanted to review this album for a very long time, and that is Fall Better by Vukovi. And I just can't with this album. It's so good. It's one of the best ones I've heard in a really long time. I keep on coming back to it, and what I love about it is that you can just like listen to it front to back, and there's such a journey, it's such a story, such variation, it's so interesting, so captivating, and I want to just go through individual songs, tell you how they resonated with me, what I like about them, what I think is interesting about them, so stay tuned if you're interested.
Welcome, user 17359. The content you have selected contains strong language, dark themes, and some dirty fucking riffs. Credit accepted.
So I'm already gonna stop it right there because that intro is just so good. Oh my god, I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, yes. And then you have the content you have selected contains strong language, dark themes, and some dirty fucking riffs. And that just holds true through and through. Like, that's basically the perfect advertisement for the album. It just tells you what the album is gonna be before it goes into the album, because let me tell you, there is some dirty fucking riff in every single song, and it's so good. So that was a little sneak peek of Violent Minds, and despite the fact that I really enjoy all of the songs on this record and that I have kind of fluctuating favorites depending on the mood I'm in, Violent Minds is my top track of the album. I remember it really gripping me when it first came out as a single, and I still find myself returning to this track a lot. Not gonna say much about this track, also because I've already reviewed it in my January favorites, I believe. I will link that up below. I will link this up there and down below. There we go, get our directions straight. Yeah, what I really love about this track is like the distortions, and especially in that bridge area and some pre-chorus parts. And then there's this amazing riff at the end, like Hamish going for it. I love it. So the second track on the album is called Aura, and it is also one of these fluctuating favorites that I keep on going back to because I just really like the message, or like the message that I get from it. For me, the song is really about being yourself and embracing your weirdness. For me, that also comes through in that line, don't you know we're weirdos too and we'll follow you. Like, you're not alone in who you are, and even if you're quirky or just not like the people around you, like, don't worry about it, because there's other people that feel exactly the same way as you do and that have to deal with the pressure of conforming to some sort of image, some sort of norm, and that keep on asking themselves, like, why am I this different? What is wrong with me? Why would you give a damn about what others say? Like, crying over sheeps that don't get you, like these other stupid people that just don't even bother getting to know you or understanding you. Like, why bother about them? Like, they don't make an effort, so why should you make an effort? Just do your own thing and shine as the bright diamond you are. Oh, that was cute, that was cute. That riff! Ah, yes. Ooh, that guitar at the end, that guitar! Just like fading into nothingness. So, Claudia is a song that's been out for a while. I believe it was the first single off the album. And I also remember they played that live when they were on tour with Counterfeit, and I believe I have a clip of that. If I can find the clip, I'll insert that now. Claudia, I am not 100% sure of the meaning or the story behind this, obviously, because I don't know what Janine or Hamish were thinking, but what I can gather from this is that it's basically about doom and failure, and also in a way the label people put on you as a failure, that it's about making wrong life decisions maybe, and that you can't escape doom, can't escape failure, and you're struggling against a sense of insanity. That is also in a way represented in the music video where Janine tries to escape from this insane asylum. Again, we have this a little bit calmer bridge until the chorus hits back in with all the intensity. So that's the next track on the album, and it's called Behave. That was also a single that came out quite a bit ago actually, and it's also a song that I've enjoyed thoroughly before the album came out. And when I listened to the song originally, I didn't process it deeply. Like, I just listened to it and I really liked it, especially the chorus was really catchy. But after listening to it a couple times and listening to the lyrics, this actually triggered a memory with me that some people might also share, and that is just being in a very toxic relationship. Because you have this kind of perfect picture in your head, and that is, for me, kind of represented in the song in a few lyrics, and I put those down, which are, you and me against the world, like the we're so good together. That just kind of shows like this picture perfect image that you have of you and this person being able to combat anything, because you have this love, you have this wonderful relationship, but all of that being a really toxic dependency. There's always like a high and low point where you have like the wonderful moments, but then you have like the extreme lows where you realize that this, whatever you're doing, is just not working whatsoever, and you're lying to yourself. So you keep on asking yourself, why do I come back for more? Like, why do I keep on doing this to myself? But you don't really find an answer. You just kind of go with it because you are stuck in this kind of pattern. And like I said, this is a situation that I'm familiar with, and it's probably one of the most fucked up things I've ever done to myself, and I will not be doing that again. So do not recommend to anybody out there in a toxic relationship that might be making a lot of excuses right now. Why'd you stay with that person? Get the fuck out. Like, do yourself a favor and just say, like, this is obviously not working, and move on with your life, because you will have that hanging on for a while. So better end that sooner than later. Okay, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Ooh, that intro. That intro! Ah. That's like an electronic oh. Like a lamb, we're bound for life. What I love about Vukovi is that they have a lot of times have very reduced bridges, the same thing they have right here, because that kind of grows the intensity. Oh, that riff. The whisper with the riff. Chef's kiss. That song is Play With Me Cause I Can Take It, and I think it's placed very intelligently after the whole Behave thing, because it continues that sense of you being in this toxic relationship. And also love the way you string me up. Like, I love how you play with me like a puppet sometimes, and that is again that high part of relationships that they sometimes hit, even if they're bad ones. What I love about this is that there are some really good lyrics in here, and I jotted them down, so don't be confused by the fact of me looking down there. And that's the like a limb we're bound for life and manipulating my heartache. Those two are part of the chorus, and it just shows this kind of inescapable connection you might have with that someone. Like a limb, we're bound for life. Like, obviously you're not just gonna lose your arm, but it's part of you if you like it or not. Like, even in times when your arm hurts, you won't just get rid of it or get a new one. And it's the same with relationships. Sometimes you feel like that other person is in a way just connected with you, and that you can't live without them. And even though you probably would be better off without them.
Welcome back, user 17359. To continue with your content, please substantiate your real life by answering the following.
Things are gonna be just fine. You'll see.
You're my special girl.
So quick connection to the beginning, you have a little interlude which reminds you of the beginning of the album. It states the user identity again has this futuristic computer voice, but this time it asks you, in order to continue, to please substantiate your worth. And what I think is interesting about this, because they mention a lot of factors that kind of in our everyday lives in our society are used to verify someone's worth, such as gender, height, social class, relationship status, level of education. Like, all of these factors can have an impact on how society views you, how you view yourself, how others view you, and also what is expected of you. What I think is really interesting about the song is that it intensifies, like in the verses, but especially also in the chorus. You have that I'm already broken and you'll burn baby, and that is kind of, I'm wondering if this, or what I'm gathering from this is that it could be about some sort of, I'm sorry, this is so irritating. How can someone be on the phone that loud? Like, I have no idea if you can hear this, but this is really annoying. Because this is like a very serious topic, because I feel like the song might be about sexual abuse, because this is I'm already broken, like whatever, it's too late, and especially like this, I'd kill you twice if that was a thing, you kindly crushed my life. That is kind of this wanting revenge, wanting payback for something someone's done to you because they destroyed your life. They were just kind of going for it, maybe not even thinking about it, maybe it wasn't even intentional, maybe they didn't think they were doing any wrong, but they destroyed your life, or like part of your life and your identity, because something like that you will never get rid of. It will always be with you in a way, even if you're managing to deal with it somehow. So you can be like, thank you for ruining my life, thanks. And then there's this other part where it's like the lays out, I've had enough, where like, okay, I want to just forget about this, I want to get rid of this person, I want to get rid of this memory, just cut it out, get rid of it. And that is kind of this decision to fight back, to no longer be a victim of pain. See, sometimes people just don't realize the damage they've caused with what they've done. So this is kind of the song sends those people a reminder and just being like, look, you might have fucked up this person's life, so you might want to feel bad about it before karma comes over and fucks your ass. Sorry, I'm being very vulgar today, I apologize. Oh, matching, because I'm Sorry is the next song. As if I would have planned for it. What is up, dude? Once again, there's an intensity that just goes up, and it just translates as I'm sorry, like I'm fucking sorry. I feel like there's a little bit of a change of perspective here, where it's from the one that the damage is done to the one doing the damage. And all of these layers kind of show like this, like, I can't help it that I'm messed up and I haven't asked you to stay around, or like you're still sticking around, like why are you still sticking around? There's nothing you can do, like I'm this mess. So go as long as you can. We can have this one more moment, but then like please go, like I'm asking you, and I'm sorry for all the damage I've already caused, but you need to get out of here, like this is not gonna end well for you.
I miss you so much in so many ways. Now it's just a part of me. Give up on life for one last goodbye, 'cause one is just not enough. Where are you now?
So the song that you just heard is, oh, someone just texted me. So for me, Where Are You kind of connects nicely with I'm Sorry, because it seems to have happened after the I'm sorry goodbye. Like it's the I miss you in so many ways that it's just a part of me, and that kind of shows that no matter how bad a relationship was or how toxic, that if you love someone and they're no longer in your life and you've gotten so used to their presence and so used to being with them, that once they're gone, there's just kind of this space in your life that you don't know how to fill, and missing them, missing the good times, missing the good memories just becomes a part of your everyday thinking in the very beginning. And gave up a life for one last goodbye because one is just not enough is now another really powerful line that kind of encompasses this, in the sense of you're willing to give up a lot to just like relive this moment of being with this person, of saying goodbye, of seeing their face once more. Because once you've said goodbye and you've cut them out of your life, you might be wondering, like, where are you? Like, where are you now? What are you doing? Who you're with? How are you? But you don't want to reach out. You don't want to bring them back into your life. So you're just left wondering.
It let me be fine to see, then left with my heart and soul. White lies, sugar pie, you'll never know what you did to me.
Ooh, the guitar comes in. There's the dirty fucking riff you expect in every song. Ooh, there you have the riff, So this is a second to last track on the album, and it's called White Lies. This is a bit more resentful than the last two tracks, or at least how I kind of interpreted it. Let me give you a few other lines that really stood out to me. Once again, I put them down, so don't be irritated by me looking down. That you let me be your fantasy, then left with my heart and soul. White lies, sugar pie, you'll never know what you did to me. The way you play is not a game. It's hard to lose my turn. Once again, I don't know the story behind this, but...
Hi, this is Janine from the future speaking. And as it turns out, by now, we do know the story behind White Lies, as Janine posted it on her Instagram account, as you can see on the screen right now. But at the time where I filmed the video, that hadn't been out yet, so if you do want to hear my thoughts on White Lies, just stay tuned. And if not, you can probably skip like a minute of rambling, and I'll catch you in a second.
But for me, this whole thing is about how you meet someone and you can totally imagine this future with them. You build this beautiful picture in your head, but then you start realizing, like, as you spend more time with them or as the relationship goes on, that that picture you had in your head is just not translated into reality whatsoever. The other person is lying to you. They're telling you white lies, like lies that soothe you, that calm you down, like you have this feeling in your gut that something is just off, but you keep on making excuses because they tell you like everything's fine, like you're the only one. And then like left with my heart and soul kind of represents the situation where you give yourself to them over and over again, and then at the end they just leave, or you realize that you've gotten to the point where they've taken a big part of your personality, a big part of your essence, that it's just been eaten away by yourself lying to yourself, by that person lying to you. White Lies is definitely a song that in the beginning I had a little underrated, but I've taken that as one of my favorites for March. Actually, I've been listening to White Lies a lot, especially because it has this melody that's a little more calming. Of course you have your dirty fucking riffs, because that's what's promised to you in the very beginning, and that's very Vukovi. And I love them, that's what I love about them. But you also have these calmer moments where it's almost a little spacey, and you get lost in it, you get lost in the movement that you just can't help with the melody. And yeah, a beautiful second to last track. And it's in stark contrast. I can't talk. Let me think about this. Stark contrast? Strong contrast? Stark contrast, is that a thing? I can't speak English anymore. But yes, it's very contrasting to Run and Hide, which is probably the heaviest track on the album. That riff.
Can't let you in.
Oh, that drop! Okay, so last track on the album, Run and Hide. Like I said, won't be saying a lot about this except for the fact that it's damn heavy. It probably has one of the best riffs, or if not the best riff in the entire album. And the computer voice is so interesting, like the
Now that you know, I can't let you go.
oh, I love it. It's so smart. It's so smart. The song raises a very important question. Do we love the things that might kill us? And love can be wonderful. It can be uplifting. It can like really set your soul on fire in the best sense possible. But love can also burn you down. Love can hurt you. Love can point you in the direction of losing yourself, and that just kind of depends on the sort of love you're giving and the sort of love you're receiving. And sometimes you just want to run and hide from that, I guess. Thank you so much. That was it for my review today. I hope you enjoyed it, and in case I have someone of Vukovi watching, like, love you guys, and I'm praying, like, I'm hoping that the tour in May will happen, because I'd love to see you again. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm sure I'll get a chance sometime down the road, and until then, keep rocking, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!
This is Janine from Vukovi. Suck my dick!
But anything to add?
No!
Anything to add?
Hi, no.